Number 5, the farmer's gambit. When you think of a steel tariff, you probably don't think about a cornfield in Iowa. But in the world of trade retaliation, everything is connected. Canada's main response to the U.S. steel tariffs wasn't just a press release. It was a multi-billion-dollar counterattack, and American agriculture is square in the crosshairs. History shows that when trade disputes escalate, farm products are one of the first targets for retaliatory tariffs. They are politically potent. Hitting farmers hurts a key constituency and puts pressure on politicians from rural states. During the 2018 tariff battle, Canada did exactly this, and they're using the same playbook now. Their list of retaliatory tariffs on nearly $30 billion of U.S. goods is packed with American products, with agricultural goods being a prime target. This creates a perilous situation for farmers. Canada is consistently one of the top export markets for U.S. agriculture. This trade war threatens to slam that door shut. Imagine you're a farmer who has spent an entire season investing in seed and equipment. Suddenly, a 25% Canadian tariff is slapped on your harvest. Your product is now way more expensive than corn from Brazil or Argentina. The Canadian buyer naturally looks elsewhere. You're left with a surplus you can't sell, leading to falling prices at home and devastating financial losses. The America First policies designed to help one part of the heartland, manufacturing, end up directly harming another, farming. It's the first shot in a war fought on multiple fronts, and it turns America's fields into economic battlegrounds. Number 4, the consumer price shockwave. This is where the geopolitical chess match stops being theoretical and hits every single one of us in the wallet. Tariffs are often sold as a way to punish other countries, but the hard economic truth is they are attacks on your own citizens. And a trade war of this magnitude is about to unleash an inflationary shockwave. It starts with steel, but it doesn't end there. Steel is a foundational commodity. It's in your washing machine, your refrigerator, and the cans that hold your food. It's in the shelves at the grocery store and the machinery used to make almost everything else you buy. When the cost of that foundational ingredient skyrockets because of a 50% tariff, the cost of everything made with it goes up. The manufacturer of a washing machine pays more for steel, so they raise the price to the retailer. The retailer then passes that increase on to you. Now compound this with Canada's direct retaliation. Their 25% counter tariffs on billions of dollars worth of U.S. goods create a second wave of price hikes. The result is a pincer movement on the American consumer. The cost of imported materials is going up, and our ability to offset those costs with strong export sales is going down. This comes at a time when many families are already struggling with the cost of living. This is the hidden cost of a trade war. It's not paid by foreign governments. It's paid by ordinary citizens at the checkout counter. Number 3, the Made in America illusion. One of the central promises behind the tariff strategy is reshoring, bringing manufacturing jobs back to the United States. The slogan Made in America is powerful. The logic seems simple. Make foreign goods more expensive, and companies will be forced to build and buy here at home. But a trade war with our most integrated trading partner shows this to be a dangerous illusion. Modern manufacturing is a team sport. It relies on hyper-efficient supply chains built over decades. Canada isn't just another competitor. It's part of Team North America. For many U.S. manufacturers, Canadian suppliers aren't foreign. They are the factory next door, providing essential components that often aren't available at the same scale or priced domestically. When you hit that link with a 50% tariff, you aren't encouraging U.S. manufacturers to buy American. You are hamstringing them. You are taking away a critical tool they use to stay competitive. Their competitors in Europe and Asia, who can still source materials without these tariffs, now have a massive cost advantage. A study of the 2018 tariffs found that for every one job created in the U.S. steel industry, an estimated 75 jobs were lost in other industries that use steel. The policy intended to create jobs ended up being a net job destroyer. The Made in America illusion is the belief that you can wall off the U.S. economy and it will thrive. The reality is that American manufacturing strength is built on its integration with reliable partners. By treating Canada as an adversary, this policy risks breaking the very system it claims to want to fix. Number 2, Canada's strategic power play. It's easy to see Canada's actions as purely defensive, but to see it that way is to miss the much bigger story. This is not just defiance, this is a calculated strategic pivot. Canada is not just reacting to the United States, it is actively working to reshape its own economic future, with or without its southern neighbor. For decades, Canada has lived with a comfortable but precarious reality. Its single biggest customer was the United States. This trade war has served as a brutal wake-up call in Ottawa, forcing a national reckoning with the risks of being so reliant on a single, unpredictable partner. Canada's massive retaliation is the first move in a broader strategy of economic diversification. While there's no official policy yet, the direction is clear. They are signaling they will prioritize their own industries and are aggressively seeking to strengthen trade ties with the European Union and the Indo-Pacific. This trade war gives them both the incentive and the justification to accelerate that process. They are signaling to the world that Canada is open for business with reliable partners, a stark contrast to the perceived volatility of its relationship with the U.S. This is a power play. Canada is moving from a position of dependency to one of strategic autonomy. They are making a bet that in the long run, the pain of this economic conflict will be greater for the United States than it is for them. The U.S. risks damaging a secure, reliable supply chain. Canada, they hope, will gain a more resilient and diversified economy. This isn't just retaliation, it's a declaration of economic independence. Number one, the global trade realignment. The single most shocking impact of this trade war is not about the price of steel or even the U.S.-Canada relationship. The true number one impact is that this conflict is a catalyst for a fundamental realignment of the entire global trading system. This is a tremor that signals the weakening of the old order and the chaotic birth of a new, more fragmented economic world. For over 30 years, the global economy has operated on a model of increasing integration. North America was the poster child for this model. Now that model is being systematically dismantled. The principle of just-in-time global supply is being replaced by a new, more anxious one, just-in-case national security. When the two most integrated economies in the world can descend into this level of hostility, it sends a message to every other country. No alliance is safe. This forces nations to make difficult choices. Do they stick with the United States, a powerful but unpredictable partner? Or do they hedge their bets, forming new alliances and trade blocs less dependent on the American market? We are already seeing the contours of this new world. Countries are weaponizing trade policy, using tariffs and export controls as tools of statecraft. This conflict will accelerate the formation of competing economic blocs, a fractured North America, a strategically autonomous Europe, and a China-led bloc in Asia. In this new era, the focus shifts from economic efficiency to economic resilience. The consequences could be a world that is less prosperous, more inflationary, and more prone to conflict. This is the biggest impact of all because it doesn't just affect our economy, it will define the world we leave behind. So what have we seen today? We've seen how one policy decision, doubling down on steel tariffs, has ignited an economic firestorm with America's closest ally. This is not an abstract issue. It's a crisis sending severe shockwaves through the U.S. economy. We've counted down the top 10 impacts, and the picture is alarming. We're seeing the American auto industry thrown into chaos. We've uncovered a startling vulnerability in the Pentagon's own supply chain. We've seen how the engines of American growth, construction and energy, are being stalled by soaring costs. And we've seen how the pain is set to hit American farmers and the budgets of every American family through a coming wave of inflation. This conflict has exposed the dangerous illusion that Made in America can be achieved by isolating America. And perhaps most significantly, we see Canada's response not just as retaliation, but as a bold strategic pivot away from its dependency on the U.S. But the number one impact is the role this conflict plays in shattering the old global order. This is a major step toward a more fractured and contentious world, where supply chains are weaponized. This raises a crucial question. Which of these impacts do you believe will hit the U.S. economy the hardest? Is it the immediate crisis in manufacturing, the slow burn of inflation, or the long-term shift that sees America's influence challenged? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We rate every single one. If you found this breakdown valuable, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. In a world where the economic landscape is shifting under our feet, staying informed isn't just important, it's essential. Stay sharp, and we'll see you in the next video.